Good morning, everyone. I am Anurag Verma. I am a student of Basic Entrepreneurship for Engineers. Today, we will be talking about the cost structures of our venture, how we estimate cost, how we generate, how we, what are the different types of cost in operating a venture, what, how can we get funding and all. So, let's start with today's video. So, creating a cost structure is a key for understanding a business model, estimating a profitability, and setting the right price strategy. It helps to it helps to answer what it does cost to deliver my product or service, and how do I make my money. So, what is a successful venture? First basic question is, what is a successful venture? A successful venture is a venture who makes profit. And how can we generate this profit? By selling a commodity, by selling a product and services. So to make a make profit, we need to set the pricing. We need to set the pricing of our we need to set the pricing of our product or services accordingly, so that we make our uh, so we make profit. So what is a cost structure? It is a key breakdown of all the costs required to operate your business and deliver our minimal viable product or full product. So cost structure means the all the breakdown of all the costs required to operate our businesses. So the key components of cost structures are: first is fixed cost, second is variable cost, and third is one time setup cost. So fixed cost don't change with the output. So what do we understand by the fixed cost? First, cost that doesn't change with the output. So examples of the fixed costs are software licenses, equipments, rent, and salaries if any member and teams are permanent. So software license, if we are using a Mm, if we are a design firm, we need to have certain, we will use certain software such as Adobe Premium Pro, and so we need to have this their uh, subscription for a better operation, so we need that license fees. And third, it will also include the equipment cost, such as the equipment cost of a laptop, rent rent of the studio or the storage we are hiring, salaries of the employee. And second of second component of cost structure is variable cost, which increases when we scale a business, or when we sell higher number of our products. So it may be a event specific or travel logistics, or a freelancer or tech support per gig. It may be electricity or sewage per time, visuals and consumables. Third is one time cost or setup cost, which will be the MPV development cost, website development cost, branding and design assets. So how we estimate the revenue stream? So we can estimate the revenue stream event by the event basis, by hourly rate, by the monthly retainer, or the custom projects we are selling. And here I'm talking specific to my venture, which is Oblivion Arts. And the first is price, fourth is pricing strategy. So pricing strategy is a cost based pricing, which is a add a markup is a add to a markup cost over a total cost, simple for a good service. So for example, we have a gig run cost us 10,000, will charge 15,000, so 5,000 will be our profit. Second will be value based pricing. The price will be based on the value we create for our client. So great for creative and high impact experiences. Now we'll discuss about the revenue streams. So revenue streams are defined as how your business will make money. There are different ways a customer can pay you in exchange for the value you create. Understanding and designing multiple revenue streams give you business stability and flexibility and room to scale. What does it mean? That there may not be only one particular way on which you can get to a customer to buy your product. There can be multiple streams through which a customer can buy your product and pay you. So we need to have a better understanding, and we have to create a multiple revenue streams so that our business can be scaled up and make high profit. So the different types of revenue streams are: first is direct sales, second is subscriptions, third is licensing, fourth is commissioning, fifth is freemium or upgrades, sixth is renting or leasing, and seventh is service based. So let us get deep on the different types of streams. First is direct sale, where you make a one-time purchase and it's a one-time payment for a product or service. Second is subscription. So subscription are a very healthy way to get your customer. It's So subscriptions are the recurring payment which may be held quarterly, which may be held monthly, quarterly, semi-annual, or annually, mm, based on your weight product or service. Uh, Six is license. Six is Third is licensing fee, where you charge one-time license to use your product. Fourth is commissioning, where you commission the work based for a particular client. Fifth is premium or premium upgrades. They're the free basic product plus you need to pay extra for the premium features. So example of premium is YouTube. So YouTube is free for everyone, but for premium features you need to get YouTube Premium. Six is renting, where you put rent a movie, like on YouTube only you can rent a movie. Seventh, service based, custom work per project, charge per hour or per project. So these are the different revenue streams. How we can choose a right revenue stream? We should ask ourselves, like, what do my customer get the most value from? What are they already used to pay for? What can I turn a one time sale into a recurring sale? So from the data we can see, we know that one time payment is very less than a recurring payment, because even though one time high payment is a bad decision than a small recurring payment, because on after some time the graph goes exponentially. So uh, it is better to have a recurring payment than one time payment. And is it my solution scalable or highly custom? So one pro tip that for any businessman or startup should be, we should diversify to multiple revenue streams so that we can grow and get money. So and now second will be identifying secondary revenue streams. So identifying secondary revenue streams diverse our income and make our businesses more resilient, and especially in creative field like immersive visual, where there are seasonal demand and client budget can vary. So we should always look for secondary we should always look for secondary source of business, secondary revenue streams, because they act as a backup and gives better margins. And what if a first revenue stream die up, we can always rely on the second stream. So what are secondary revenue streams? They are the additional sources of income that complement your core offering, but they aren't your primary focus. They often require less effort once you set up, and can unlock new audience or values that you have already built. So a secondary source can be, so taking a example of YouTube only, the first uh, so the first earning of YouTube is, the primary earning of YouTube is ads. They show ads to the customer, but their secondary revenue stream is selling premium to the users who don't want to see their ads. So you their first is YouTube ad, showing ads. Second is YouTube premium. Mm. So next, our next point is estimating revenue and price. So estimating revenue and price help us to understand how much money we can earn from a product and service, and ensures you are charging sustainably and competitively, whether you are pitching to investors or planning a growth. So the first is basic formula of estimating a revenue is price into quantity sold. So one of the key estimation is, one of the key thing we should keep our mind is setting the price right. We should consider the three key pricing approaches. First is cost based pricing. I add the markup to your total cost per unit, and bet save but undervalue your creativity. Second will be value based pricing, where you charge custom to your customers. Third will be competitive pricing, where you charge very competitive to your market. So, so what can we do to refine our estimates? We should start with conservative assumptions. Better to underpromise and over-deliver. Second will be use tier or package to offer flexible options. Fourth is consider seasonality, more weeks in summer or festivals. Fourth will be track and adjust as you grow. You'll grow better at forecasting over time. For so we can use tools we can use for creating exercise are, for to estimating revenues are Google Sheets or Excel, Notion or Airtable, Payhip or Gumroad. So our next point is funding strategy. What should be our funding strategy? So funding is a game of raising money to build, launch, and grow your venture. Whether you are bootstrapping or looking for external capital, the goal is to secure enough resources while staying aligned with your vision and control. So funding means getting money to grow your business. It can be bootstrap or a external capital. So bootstrap means you are putting your own money into the venture and you hold 100% of the equity. And external capital means you either get loans from the bank, or you dilute your equity. So a funding strategy is outlines how much money you need, when you need it, where it will come from, it will come from and come from to, and support product development, operation, marketing, and scaling. So a typical part of funding strategy is bootstrapping, then pre-seed. So there are different stages of funding. First is bootstrapping, where you take your idea to MVP, and where you put your own money. Second will be pre-seed round, where your MVP, from where you will go to MVP to early traction, where you will take grants, incubator funds. Third will be seed rounds, where you will validate the market and early revenue. You will take angel investors, micro VCs, and the fourth will be Series A round, where the scale and operation of team and the first sources of the money will be venture capitals. So funding sources to consider maybe, so the funding, different types of funding source can, one can be not dilutive, where you get money from the grants, competition, and the clients. Dilutive, where you give up equity, where angel investor or micro VC or seed grant or accelerator or incubator fund can give you money. Third will be debt based alternative, where you take loans from the bank. Fourth will be family, friends, and food (FFF), where you take funds from your family, friends, to put your money, to put your for uh, to put for your bank, to put for your, you take money for your venture. Thank you for today's video.